Hi everyone, let's look at the cue cards that have appeared in the month of May, especially the second week of May, and these will continue to appear in IELTS speaking exam in the coming months also. So I am going to say the cue card and the follow-ups that have been asked in the real exam. Make sure that you practice them because these are real exam questions, and most likely your examiner, if you're appearing for an IELTS speaking test, may ask you these. So the first cue card is describe a noisy place you have been to. This is actually from the older months and this was asked in the second week of May, and there is a possibility that you may face this same cue card in future. So describe a noisy place you have been to, and the follow-ups. What type of noises do you come across in daily life? Which is exposed more to noise, the city or the countryside? Should children not be allowed to make noise under any circumstances? And the last follow-up, how can people consider others' feelings when chatting in public? Another cue card, describe something you did with one person or a group of people. I will say the cue card again, describe something you did with one person or a group of people. And the follow-ups, how do you get along with your neighbors? Second follow-up, do you think neighbors help each other more often in the countryside than in the city? How do children learn to cooperate? And the last one, do you think cooperation is important in workplaces? The next cue card, which was asked most often, is describe someone who moved to your community and brought positive influence. I'll say this cue card again. Describe someone who moved to your community or society and brought positive influence. The follow-ups, is it a positive thing for people to live by themselves? Apart from cooking, are there any other skills people need to learn if they live independently? And the last follow-up, what kind of people tend to live by themselves? Moving on to the next one, describe a movie you watched recently and that you would felt disappointed about. Fresh cue card, I'll say the cue card again. Describe a movie you watched recently that you felt disappointed about. Follow-ups, do people read movie reviews before watching movies? Are historical films popular in your country? Do you think films with famous actors and actresses would be more popular? And what kind of films are popular in your country? These were the 4 follow-ups asked in the real exam. Let's move on to the next cue card. Describe the first day at school that you remember. Again from the old lot, but again appeared. So describe the first day at school that you remember. Follow-ups. What would parents prepare for their kids when they first go to school? How do children socialize with each other? And should children learn how to socialize with others? The last one for this week, describe a book you want to read for the second time. And the follow-ups, what kind of books do children like to read? What can children learn from the books? Do people prefer ebooks or paper books in your country? And the last one, do you think parents reading stories to their children is necessary? So these are the cue cards. Make sure that you practice them because these are real exam cue cards. They appeared in the real test in the second week of May, and hopefully this will continue. My name is Vikas Sharma. I represent Insignia Overseas. It's one of the leading IELTS and PT institutes in Kurukshetra, and we make sure that we make IELTS simple for you. Thank you. Have a fantabulous day.